Welcome to AI Controller. What if I told you that right now, in 2026, real humanoid robots are walking into real factories and doing real jobs? Not in a lab, not in a demo reel, in actual production environments. Hired, trained, and showing up every single day. Tesla's Optimus, Figure AI, 1X Technologies, Boston Dynamics. They are all deploying, right now, in 2026. Hyundai just unveiled its full AI plus robotics roadmap at CES. NASA used a robot to plan the first autonomous drive on Mars. And the technology powering all of it, the AI brains, the dexterous hands, the learning systems, is advancing faster than anyone predicted. Today we are breaking down the full humanoid robot revolution of 2026. Every major player, every breakthrough, everything that changed. This is the most complete humanoid robot update you will find anywhere, and it is going to change how you see the world. 2026 is the year humanoid robots stop being science fiction. Let us start with the most important question. Where exactly are we right now with humanoid robots in the real world? Because the answer is going to surprise you. The gap between prototype and product just collapsed. Let us set the baseline. 2 years ago, humanoid robots could barely walk across a flat surface without falling. Today in 2026, they can sort packages, weld car parts, stock shelves, and navigate real-world environments with people around them. The single biggest driver of this leap, large language models embedded directly into the robot's decision-making system. Instead of running a fixed program, today's robots understand natural language instructions and adapt to unexpected situations. You can literally talk to them, give them new tasks, and they figure it out without reprogramming. IBM's research confirms 2026 is the year robotics and physical AI pick up dramatically. The data gap is finally closing. That data gap was the biggest obstacle. Language models had billions of training examples. Robots had almost nothing. Researchers solved it with 3 techniques: simulation, synthetic data generation, and transfer learning from other AI systems. Digital twins are playing a massive role. A perfect virtual copy of the real world where robots train safely at massive scale. NVIDIA partnered with multiple robotics firms specifically to build these digital twin training environments in 2026. The result? Robots that have experienced millions of edge cases, scenarios no human trainer ever had to manually program. They have seen every possible way a box can fall, a door can jam, or a human can walk into their path. And they know how to respond. Dexterity is the other area that exploded in 2026. Robot hands are now performing tasks that require genuine fine motor control. We are talking about tasks like inserting a USB cable, folding laundry, and assembling electronics components smaller than a fingernail. A year ago, these tasks were considered a decade away. In 2026, they are being demonstrated in real deployments. Columbia Engineering's lip movement breakthrough is also part of this story. Robots can now mimic human facial speech patterns. Humans read lips constantly during conversation without realizing it. When robots get this wrong, interaction feels deeply uncomfortable. By training on thousands of hours of human conversation video, the new systems got it right. Interaction now feels genuinely natural. And then there is locomotion. The way these robots move in 2026 is fundamentally different from anything we have seen before. They do not just walk in a straight line anymore. They jog. They crouch. They climb stairs. They recover from being pushed. Boston Dynamics Atlas, now owned by Hyundai, demonstrated handling tasks in construction environments in 2026. The hydraulic Atlas has been retired. The new electric Atlas is quieter, more dexterous, and far more commercially viable. This is not a research project anymore. This is a product. And Hyundai is preparing it for real-world commercial deployment. Scientists also created robots this year that are smaller than a grain of salt, with their own onboard sensing and response systems. These micro-robots are being developed for targeted drug delivery, surgical assistance, and environmental monitoring. From micro to mega, the range of what we mean by robot in 2026 is wider than it has ever been in history. And in space, NASA completed the first AI-planned drive on Mars using the Perseverance rover in February 2026. Instead of human operators spending hours planning each movement, AI calculated the safest and most efficient path autonomously. This is a preview of future fully autonomous robots operating on the moon, on asteroids, and deep beneath our own oceans. The bottom line: humanoid and physical robots in 2026 are not prototypes anymore. They are products arriving at scale. Now let us go player by player, because the companies building these robots each have a completely different strategy. Let us start with Tesla Optimus, the most watched humanoid robot project in the world. Optimus is being trained inside Tesla's own factories. Every day it works, it learns. Every mistake feeds its improvement. Elon Musk has stated that Optimus could eventually outnumber human Tesla employees, and production scaling has already been announced. The key advantage Tesla has: more real-world training data than any other robotics company on the planet. By a massive margin, it moves out of the way before there is ever a collision. This is what separates 2026 robots from everything before. They are not just capable, they are situationally aware. Now let us have the conversation that everyone is actually thinking about. What does all of this mean for human jobs? Let us be direct. Humanoid robots will displace some jobs. That is not speculation. That is economic logic. The jobs most at risk are those that are physically repetitive, happen in controlled environments, and do not require social judgment. The jobs least at risk are those that require emotional intelligence, physical unpredictability, or genuine human connection. But here is the nuance that most people miss. Robots also create jobs. Entirely new categories of work that did not exist before. Robot technicians, robot trainers, fleet operations managers, human-robot collaboration designers. These roles are in urgent demand right now. The transition will not be painless, and pretending otherwise does a disservice to real people whose work is genuinely at risk. Policymakers in 2026 are actively debating robot taxes, retraining funds, and universal basic income as responses to this shift. South Korea, one of the most automated economies on Earth, is already running national robot transition programs. The most important thing you can personally do right now: understand which skills robots cannot replicate and build toward those. Creative problem solving in novel situations, emotional intelligence, physical work in chaotic environments, complex social negotiation. The question for every person watching this is not will robots change work? They absolutely will. The question is, are you positioning for what is next? And here is the optimistic case. History shows that every wave of automation ultimately created more wealth and more diverse work. The Industrial Revolution put blacksmiths out of business. It also created automotive engineers, electricians, and factory managers. The humanoid robot revolution may follow the same arc, displacing some work, creating other work, and raising overall living standards. If robots do the dangerous, back-breaking, repetitive work, and humans do the creative, social, and judgment-based work, that is a good outcome. But that outcome requires deliberate policy, education investment, and proactive adaptation. It does not happen automatically. The societies that invest now in preparing their workforce for a robotic economy will have an enormous advantage in a decade. This is happening faster than governments are moving, which means individuals need to take their own adaptation seriously right now. The best time to prepare for a robot-enabled economy was 5 years ago. The second best time is right now. So where's all of this heading? Let us look at what 2027 and beyond looks like based on the 2026 trajectory. In 2027, we will see the first humanoid robots deployed at scale, not dozens or hundreds, but thousands in single facilities. Cost per robot will drop significantly as manufacturing scales. The first robots cost over $100,000. That number is falling fast. When the cost of a robot falls below the annual cost of a human worker in a given role, adoption goes exponential. Most analysts place that crossover point in 2027 to 2028 for manufacturing and logistics roles. The home robot market will begin its real commercial launch by 2028. Not mainstream yet, but available and affordable for early adopters. By 2030, Goldman Sachs estimates 250,000 humanoid robots will be operating globally. Others think that number is far too conservative. The AGI connection matters here too. If AGI-level intelligence arrives by 2027 or 2028, the cognitive ceiling on robots disappears. A robot running AGI-level intelligence could learn any task in any environment essentially instantly. That changes everything. The physical and the digital are converging. AI that lives in the cloud today will have bodies in the world within this decade. Every AI breakthrough, better reasoning, better memory, better world models, directly makes robots more capable. This is a compounding loop. Better AI makes better robots. Better robots generate more training data. More data makes better AI. We are in the early stages of that loop, and the loop is accelerating. The humanoid robot revolution is not a future event. It started in 2026, and it is not stopping. Now, what does all of this mean for you? How do you prepare? How do you benefit? That is what we tackle next. That is your complete humanoid robot breakdown for 2026. Every player, every deployment, every breakthrough. We went from the AI brains running inside these machines to the real factories and warehouses where they are working right now. We covered the jobs question honestly, the disruption, the creation, and what you personally need to do right now. And we looked at where this is heading. The compounding loop, the AGI connection, the economic crossover points coming in 2027. The humanoid robot revolution is not coming. It arrived in 2026, and you are now better informed about it than most people on Earth. If this video gave you something valuable, please hit that like button. It genuinely helps more people find this content. Subscribe to AI Controller for weekly breakdowns on AI, robotics, and everything happening at the frontier of technology. We cover every major move, new robot deployments, AI breakthroughs, geopolitical AI race updates, jobs market shifts. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. In this space, a week of missed news is a year of missed context. Comment below. Which humanoid robot company do you think wins the race? Tesla Optimus, Figure AI, or someone we have not heard of yet? Also tell me, are you excited about humanoid robots entering your world, or does it concern you? I read every single comment. The conversation about how robots integrate into our society is one that needs everyone's voice, not just the engineers building them. That is what this channel is here for, making sure the most important technological conversation of our time includes you. New video every week. See you there. I will see you in the next one.